Hi, this is Ron. You're not host this week. I'm just being a twat.
Ron's a twat. Hi, and welcome to the 6th episode of misBEERhavior. And today I am your host, Missy, and I'm excited to bring you new microphones, and hopefully they will sound good. I don't have the headphones to see how it's sounding back to me, but this is the start of our setup. And I'm also excited to bring to you beer. And not these guys. Fuck these guys.
Yeah,
they won't even be any co-hosts. I'm just getting drunk today. They're just going to sit beside me and look pretty. So you got to watch because...
I would like to say that I thank you for getting something else. For our YouTube watchers, we have our new set up.
I just said we... Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
said we have the new sound
This
equipment.
microphone
That's
smells
right.
weird.
They do smell weird.
Don't worry, eventually they'll smell like beer.
They'll smell like your breath. There
No,
you go.
so
It's
beer.
probably not even better.
Yes, we do have our new bar, and we have it. It's all pretty. We have Valentine's Day roses, and we
I'm
have
wearing a
my
pretty-
lovely co-host,
I'm
Ron,
wearing a pretty pink shirt.
who's wearing the pink shirt, and he was trying to wear wings, and they didn't fit because it was like a fat man in a small coat. And then we have Ariana.
In
my
my
other
defense, they were
lovely
for my
co-host.
daughter. Or from my daughter.
From either or. So today we're going to drink beer and talk shit. Our first beer is, got a Streetside Brewery here, and I'm going to pull out my phone and read the small bit. I did a Streetside Brewery the other time. It was a Streetside, yes. So it basically says in November of 1788, they're talking about the pioneering spirit, Benjamin Stites and 26 others, and they're talking about like the founding of the Columbia along the banks of the Ohio, the Little Miami River, and that's kind of like where the brewery is, and that's really what they talk about. And so they go on to the nice to meet you, and then they introduce each owner and each manager. And that's really it. I don't think they have too interesting of a story on their site, but I mean, you know, whatever. We're just here to drink the beer.
You know what these microphones smell like? Permanent markers.
A little bit. Maybe we can get high and drunk today.
Quick, let's all have a...
Yeah.
That does smell super weird.
My nose is squeaking.
So anyway, today our Streetside Brewery beer is called I Drink Your Milkshake. It's a blueberry milkshake IPA. It's got really cool can art. I forgot we had the other camera over here.
I'm very excited because you said blueberry.
There we go.
Although, usually blueberries taste like asparagus.
I feel like this one will not because it's a
I'm hoping.
milkshake
Yeah.
IPA.
I feel like ever since we had that blueberry pancake one the other
Ooh,
day,
that was good.
I've been doing
Good,
blueberry
wasn't it?
pancakes like way too damn much because of that.
awesome.
Yes.
So this is I Drink Your Milkshake, Blueberry Milkshake IPA. I Drink Your Milkshake was the first beer we ever took from small batch directly to production. And it's like nothing you've ever had before. This Blueberry Milkshake IPA was brewed with gobs of oats, lactose, and an absurd amount of vanilla. The aromatics of vanilla bean ice cream and a luscious blueberry sorbet will swirl together in your glass. With a silky mouthfeel and a delectable finish, this beer will truly leave you questioning, is this a beer or a milkshake? I would really like to have this beer do that. If I don't think it tastes anything like a milkshake, I'm going to be a little bit disappointed
I
now.
don't know about you guys, but I kind of have a boner.
Right.
I haven't had like a good blueberry milkshake in years, so I'm game.
This says, we like to think it's the best of both worlds. 6% ABV. Keep cold, drink fresh. Crafted and canned in Cincinnati, Ohio by Streetside Brewery.
I like me some Streetside. We've had quite a few beers by them.
And I think it was canned 12/2 or 12/20 of 22.
So like
It's
right before
relatively
Christmas.
fresh.
Let's see.
I've been to Streetside before. Went down there years ago now. Before I went to do a haunted house thing at this cowboy place down that direction.
Streetside's the one that did Jungle Gets Pied.
They
Yeah.
did.
Which Missy said at least it did
It
taste
tastes-
like something.
Stomach acid.
Stomach acid. Mind Flare, Chocolate Banana Coconut, and Robe. We've had those 3 by them.
Stupid messy hair all over the place.
Stupid Missy.
There we go.
Stupid hairy Missy. I'm the hairy one here, man.
That's right.
Don't be stealing my vibe.
I come in a very close second.
There we go.
Man, look at all.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
That would have been
Duh.
the biggest party foul in the world. I'd be like, dude, you're fucking fired.
I wasn't.
Beer.
My hand wasn't. I was like not planning. I was just like beer.
For those-
You be more aware, sir.
For those who are only listening, Ron almost knocked down the whole fucking bar, the flowers, all beers, and the microphones.
I was wondering if this bar was going to be sturdy enough for
I'm gonna have
Ronald.
to like screw it into the ground.
Me Hulk, me smash.
This smells good. I can smell it as soon as I opened it. It's got a great head.
Good fucking. Look at that fucking color, man.
Ooh,
It's
and
this
purplish.
purpley looking like a red wine. It's got a purpley
Got a lot of sediment
reddish
in it.
to it. I'm not.
What if
Mine
it's
has a
sediment?
shit ton of sediment in it.
It does. You could. Oh my god.
Ooh,
Ooh, mine does too.
Yeah.
Holding it up
It's
to
like-
our light.
ooh, ooh.
It's good head.
Guys,
Ron
this is terrible. This is terrible. I will drink yours.
Ooh.
It actually doesn't taste like asparagus.
It's got the IPA taste, but it's not bad. It almost tastes like I'm having 2 different flavors in my mouth at the same time.
Kind of. Go ahead.
It tastes like I'm drinking an IPA, and then it tastes like I've got some real, like a blueberry dessert in my mouth.
Yeah, it's like IPA in the front and then blueberry in the back.
There you go. It's like a blueberry IPA milkshake mullet is what it is. IPA in the front, blueberry in the back. Oh yeah.
So
A mullet of beers.
Like-
Streetside made the mullet of all beers.
this is damn
It
good.
is pretty good. The more I sip it, the less the IPA flavor.
If it warms up at all, it will not be good.
Probably not.
This is one that definitely needs to be drank as cold as possible.
Like I get the blueberry and the lactose on the back of my tongue.
Right. I don't think it's very milkshake-ish, but it's
creamy. It's like, to me, it's more
it's
like
got a thickness to it.
blueberry cream cheese.
See, I'm getting like
That's what I'm getting out of it.
a blueberry syrup, not too much of a cream to me. It's really good. Today on misBEERhavior, we're doing beer ASMR.
Dude, you know what? I was thinking. You know that I was thinking
This is giving me a
today.
boner.
You know that Saturday Night Live where they did the sweaty balls and they're
Oh,
like
yeah.
that AM and they
Yes.
always talk like they always talk like real quiet and it's kind of boring like,
That's
you know.
funny.
That's what we remind me of sometimes.
Us?
Yeah, for some reason.
We're too quiet. We gotta talk louder about our sweaty balls, our
So my
sweaty
balls
beer
are so
balls.
sweaty, I gotta adjust them, and it's like after I adjust them, it's like swiping that fucking ball sweat off, and it just splatters everywhere. There you
Yeah.
go. There's a face I love. The what the fuck are you smoking, Ron face?
Sorry, I just got nothing today. I'm off my game today.
Oh, well, I got an interesting story to be telling. Where's our timer? There's the timer, Ron. Ron's timing us. So I guess this is only a little interesting, but it's
Had about 2
interesting
minutes
enough.
To, by the way.
That's fine. So anyway, Larry had to go with his buddy. I think they went to Missouri. I'm pretty sure that's where they went. I kind of forget. But they went out. His buddy Paul wanted to buy a Jeep. And so
I saw on Facebook posting about some of that.
they went there, they did their shit, they came back, and then, of course, you know, you're going miles and miles without any type of stops, and Larry had to pee. So he thought he would try to pee into a bottle. And I don't know how he does the things he does. Like, most people just fuck shit up. Like, he fucks it up a lot.
Like, how long does it take for a dude to pull over to the side of the road before you talk about he fuck up?
He didn't want to pull over. He didn't want to stop. He was tired. He wanted to drive all the way through. He's like, well, as all the way through as he could before he had to stop for gas. But he was like, fuck it, I'm going to try pissing this bottle. And apparently, like, it just did not work, and he ended up pissing all over his face. So
His face.
He told me about it, and he said he ruined a hoodie, and I was like, oh, okay. So I was kind of like, I just envisioned him like it just like
Please tell me you
like
told me.
it splattered on the bottom of the hoodie, and he just threw it away. And then today it might have been yesterday. He was saying how he pissed in his face. I was like, dude, I didn't know you pissed in your own fucking face.
How does a grown man
Piss in his own
Did-
face.
piss
Like-
in his own face?
So, do you remember? I think I sent it to the group chat. It was like this dude running around being like the official jellyfish sting pea person.
Yes, that's funny.
And like at one point, he's like, the worst part is when I sting myself and I have to self-administer. And he's like laying upside down and peeing on his own face. When he started talking about Larry pissing on his face, I was just like, was he laying upside down?
Well, no,
Was
he was
just,
driving down the
drenching
road.
himself?
He was driving down the road, so this wasn't a drunken pissing. It was, I don't know. He's just all over clumsy when shit happens, so it makes things 10 times more humorous. So it's
That is very humorous.
Did you tell him not to be pissy about it?
No, but I did.
Was he pissed off?
I think I just kept calling him Pissy Pants after that. I was like, I would see him be like, hey, Pissy Pants, hey this, blah, 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 hey that.
But it didn't piss him off?
No, because he told me no, and I would make fun of him. So
Larry, I hope you're listening and you're
he
not
does.
too pissed.
That's so funny.
He listens.
So every time he wears something yellow now, you need to make reference to him peeing himself?
Yes.
I like that. That was good.
I'm still curious of how that works, though. I mean, like he's trying to piss in something, and like he's just like fumbles it, or what?
So was he driving or was
He
this...
just like loses his grip or whatever, and then it's just like whoa, like a fire hose or something.
I mean...
I feel like I would just hold it down. I'd put my hand over it, and
So was he driving or was his buddy driving?
he was driving home, so he was driving and trying to pee at the same time.
Dude, Larry.
This is like perfect opportunity.
It takes
to
like...
piss out the window.
Piss out the window as you're driving down the road.
Dude, okay, so...
Any truckers that are listening to this right now, take my advice. You won't get in trouble or wreck, I swear.
So, Larry, here's what you need to do, okay? You need to get a garden hose and put a funnel on the end of it next time. Drill
Larry
a hole in
needs
the
a
bottom of
Shiwi.
your
I
car.
told him that.
Drill a hole in the bottom of your car. Run that garden hose out. That way, when you got to piss and you don't want to stop, you just put your dick in the garden hose in the funnel, and you're just like, ah! And there's way less chance you're going to fucking piss all over yourself. And it'll just go on the road. You don't even have to waste a bottle. When I worry about a trucker bomb.
Yeah.
And if you want to find out where you were, you just Hansel and Gretel that piss trail back.
Hansel
I do like the
and
fact
Gretel.
that he's recycling though, so
There you go.
Until you
Yes, exactly.
Trying to recycle.
Reuse, I guess, is not really
Reuse,
recycling.
reduce, recycle.
Yeah.
So
Reusing.
I do like. I'm gonna repeat what Ariana said, just because Ron was talking, and he was loud, and I'm like, oh no, I hope everybody can hear what she said. But she said maybe he just needs a Shiwi, and I was like, dude, I fucking told him that, and so I that was my thought. I was like, maybe you just need a Shiwi. I feel like I'm gonna get him one now.
That's a good idea.
That would be hilarious.
They're only like $12 on Amazon, or at least
Dude.
they used to be.
Inflation, though, they're probably more.
Right.
$20 for a Shiwi.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Well, it's worth it for him, but for me, it's not worth it because then I don't get to hear him about how he pissed in his face again.
Well,
He'd probably
piss all
fuck up the
over.
Shiwi.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He'd be like,
You
this
know-
time I won't fuck it up. And he'd be like, damn it, I fucked it up.
You know, maybe that's like his secret kink is just to pee on himself, okay?
Maybe.
Self-induced golden showers could be a thing.
It could be.
He's just like, oh, yeah, so I pissed on myself. Doesn't that get you hot? It gets me hot. You know, I pissed on myself. It was a half a piss boner. Because, you know, you get half a boner sometimes. You just can't control where the pee's going. It was like, yeah, I was thinking about that. It was just like, all over my truck.
I feel like Ron's outing himself.
Right? Ron just outed himself. You'll see him on goldenshowersonly.com. You won't be lonely on goldenshowersonly.com.
Hey, I got to make some spare change somehow, right?
That's like the second only.com we did for him today.
We did.
What was the other one? I can't even remember now.
Fatoldbalddads.com.
So it was fat and lonely.
That sounds right.
You won't be lonely at fatdadsonly.com.
I don't know what just slipped, but whatever.
Ron is ruining shit. Ron needs a chair like now.
He does.
This
Your
is
chair.
this is why Ron's.
Weird.
I kind of like it, but it is kind of weird. Ron was saying how he's like, oh, I don't want to stand up because we got chairs coming on the way, and I was like, dude, you can just totally stand up. This is why he can't stand up because he's like a bull in a china shop, and he will fucking just plow over everything.
I was doing like job interviews for people the other day, and I had to do it at a standing desk. And the problem was this job, it was like two of them in a row, and they were an hour each. And it was getting hard just to stand there one spot and, you know, focus on a webcam going, hi, yes, insert questions here. It's like, yeah, dude, this is killing me.
You know who else is super clumsy and fucks everything up too? Ron. Ron is that guy. I've seen him fuck a lot of shit up.
Sometimes. Sometimes it's glorious, though. Beautifully glorious and amazing.
I always laugh at it.
No one's died yet, okay?
I feel like I'm fairly graceful, but then I have like very clumsy moments, and when I have clumsy moments, they are fucking clumsy as fuck.
I would. If it seems like I don't fuck anything up, but I just fuck up a lot of things in my brain where I'm trying to do something. Like earlier, I went to go grab the beers out of the refrigerator, and I almost grabbed 2 beers, and then Ariana's her Ninja Blender cup full of her stuff for her smoothie tomorrow, and I almost brought that in here.
That's our mystery beer, is a Ninja Blender cup full of smoothie drink.
Probably could be if I left it in there for long enough.
There you go, fermented. Ariana's beer ferment stuffs.
Oh my god, my stomach's doing some shit, man.
She might go. I wish these were like Bluetooth microphones that we were wearing, so you'd run to the bathroom and you'd be like, bleh.
I was thinking
or you'd run to the bathroom to shit and it would be like,
so since we're not using the GoPro, we really need to like rig it up on a hat so we can have the poop cam.
There we go.
Be like, oh man, they got a shit. Well, here's the poop cam. There you go.
I can even dig up the battery and charge the battery, and that way, yeah.
I think the microphone thing's a good idea.
Yeah,
we've got enough.
the Bluetooth.
So we just get it. So all we really got to do is just get another microphone and just permanently mount it in there, and you can turn it off and on when someone goes in.
Not happening.
That would be hilarious because I think it would be really funny if you had a spy mic and then you had speakers all over the house and they were turned up really loud. That way, if like you ever had a guy that you'd been seeing and he finally came over to your house and he had to like go shit really bad. And then he would go take a shit, and it was really loud, and it would just be like super loud, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, why did that echo around the whole house?" And he would freak out.
So this is like that whole dating thing where it's like you date somebody, and for a while you got to hold the farts and hold the shits, and you're like, "Oh god, I can't do that for the first couple of dates. They'll think I'm disgusting." Until you get comfortable, you're just like, hey honey, what?
She just took it from like, third date status to like getting married immediately. Been married for 5 years. Why are you shitting all through the house? I can hear myself shit in everywhere.
Amazon Alexa apps coming soon.
That would be great. The poop apps. Ooh, yes.
I need to rinse. Watch me disappear, camera.
I just did that too. I was thinking of doing like the elevator thing, but it probably did not work.
Dude, Ron, you're gonna fuck everything up.
Calm yourself, friend.
Don't fart, Missy.
I'd probably poop myself.
I think I would if I did.
With my face right next to your butt.
Literally.
Force out a fart, it's gonna become a poop.
I don't really have anything to talk about this week. It's kind of like a boring.
Let's see. What? I feel like there was something else.
I did some cool shit over the weekend, but that was me.
I did absolutely nothing. I did like on Saturday. I sat on my ass most of the day.
Man, I invited you out to come do cool shit.
She wanted to be
I know,
antisocial.
I was antisocial.
That's okay. It happens.
Sorry.
I went to the grocery store the other day, and I was checking out. There was this couple beside me. They're kind of like not super young, but maybe like 30s. They were checking out, and then this chick goes, "What did you buy this for?" And then it was like this thing of whipped cream, and I almost like was like, "Dude, I know what he bought it for."
Whipped cream bikini.
and I was just kind of like giggling under my breath, and then like I saw the corner like of my eye, like I saw her grinning, I saw him grinning, and then she was like, "Well." Like she went back to go get another one, and I turned, like she walked away, and I turned and looked, and then he looked at me and started laughing.
That's awesome.
So I really regret just not shouting out because they didn't look at me at first, and I so wanted to shout out like, "Dude, oh, I know why he bought it. I know why."
Dude, I love having like little moments like that you just randomly see. It's awesome.
It is absolutely funny. That actually takes me back. This was a disgusting, it wasn't like super disgusting, but it was disgusting enough moment. When I worked at Integrity, me and my buddy Kyle, we had these patients, and I think we would get her on a regular basis. She was going to like some wound treatment, and she was like really big. And like just the way, like, it was a total hassle and inconvenience to like have to get her. And then like she went to get onto the cot, and we had it super low, and then like the husband was standing up on the step because we couldn't bring the cot into the house. And so when she got down on it, they made some like sexual comment. One of them did to the other, and me and Kyle just looked at each other with like the worst looks on our face. I almost threw up. It was just like hideous. It was just like, ugh.
See,
like,
when two drunk trucks or two dumpster fires are having sex, they don't have to give a shit, and they know it's got to be some like fucking baller sex with them too, because they're fucking they got to be going all in, man. It's got to be baller sex. That's so funny. They got to be going all in when it's like that. It's not like, you know what, I love you, you're ugly as shit, I'm ugly as shit, let's just fucking go, man.
My thoughts on this is like, I know how patients with wounds that are just fucking seeping and gross.
Gotta take a trip upstairs.
She's gonna take a shit. But
Good luck.
I know when people are like have massive wounds and how bad they stink. I just couldn't imagine that turning into sex. It would be something that people would pay top dollar for to see. I'm quite sure.
You think so?
Oh my God, I feel people pay and want to see the weirdest shit.
Oh yeah. So what have you seen? What have you seen people pay for on your internet feed?
Let's see. What if well, so I was part of this group on Facebook at one time. It was called Slutpreneurs. And these girls were asking, because you would just basically go there and give tips and like how like these girls would, each one of them was doing the thing, like, you know, their own OnlyFans or selling pictures or whatever. And then I would see girls be like, man, I don't know if I want to send this, but how much would you sell your shit for? And girls would pop up, dude, no less than $5,000.
To sell your actual fecal matter?
Yes, like dudes wanted to buy their shit. Like, well, you shit in a bag and send it to me type deal.
Well, I mean, it's fucked up, but okay. It was one of those like memes I saw bouncing around this last week was it like dude paid $10,000 to meet this chick off OnlyFans? This chick he'd been jerking off to, and like all he got was a hug. In the meantime, she and her actual boyfriend used that money to take like a fucking like European vacation or something.
I've seen shit like that.
And I'm just like, yeah, this goes back to my whole, why am I going to pay for pornography? It's free all over the internet. And I don't really, I respect women and all that, but I do not want to really know the people I'm jerking off to on the internet. Because once I know them as a person, it just totally kills it for me.
Once it turns into a person, I can't treat them the same way. I can't be a filthy, disgusting perv once they're a person to me. So basically, when I get into relationships, I just make sure that they're not too much of a person to me so I can still fuck them.
Well, that's different. That's definitely different.
That's
like,
different. Girls you know in real life, you don't have to know them. You don't have to think of them as human. Fuck that.
No, it's the whole fantasy aspect of it, you know? It's like, well, if I'm jerking off to that, I'm picturing, you know, I'm doing them and all these filthy things, and it's like, no, there's not a chance in hell she'd ever fuck my fat, bald ass. But you know what? While in this situation, I'm pretending I'm the dude doing it. And I am a hot, you know, skinny 20-year-old dude with a full head of hair and not a full ass full of hair. You know what I'm saying?
What's really funny is when you were saying I'm pretending I'm the dude doing it, I thought you were just going to say I'm pretending I'm the dude. It's like, are you usually the chick in that type of situation?
Well,
like, what's going on?
When there's like 12 dicks in every hole and she is just like multitasking and I'm like, man, that feels like it won't work. I can't believe how hot I'm getting. Oh, God, fuck me more. Stick 2 in my vagina, 3 in my ass, and 4 in my mouth. All at once, baby. Oh, daddy. No, not really.
I really feel so. I think Ron should go through a gender reassignment situation. Not like an operation, just like a gender reassignment thing for at work to where he can be Rhonda. And then that way he can be like
I'm just thinking that song. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
He's going to
get her out of my heart.
Basically be like the sexy secretary.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ariana is returning. It appears that she feels much better and looks maybe 10 pounds lighter.
I really thought that was going to be explosive diarrhea, but it wasn't.
Do you feel better?
I feel a little better.
Okay. That's good. That's super good.
It's just in time. You got back just in time for the next beer.
Nice.
No,
Perfect.
She got back just in time for us to rate this beer and then have the next beer.
I was like, I thought you were going to be like, rate her poop. I'm like...
I rate Ariana's poop.
Well, I can't
I don't
smell
smell
it.
it from here, so it's not going to get that high. But based off of how she feels, I'm going to give it her poop a 3.5.
Yeah, like a 3.
If I could smell it from downstairs, I'd have to. That'd be like a solid 4.5.
You wait for round 2. Round 2 is gonna be
I feel like round 2 is gonna be where it's at.
It's like you're getting that was the pre-poop. You're getting rid of all of the pre-poop, and then round 2 is gonna be like that's gonna be like the mother load. Like that's the cork. That's just everything's gonna blow out afterwards.
All of that pent up, everything inside of you, just freeing. It's going to be like a zenful experience.
I need one of those. I need a win.
I need a win.
So, what are we rating that one, kids?
Ooh, so I'll give it a solid 4.
I think a 4 also.
It was good. It was sweet.
I'll go with a 4 also. It was good blueberry flavor. It reminded me of, you remember those like Lifesaver suckers?
I was kind of thinking
reminded
that.
me of that in beer form.
I was thinking the blueberry cream savers.
Yeah.
Lactose.
Kind of reminded me of that.
It does have lactose in it, so everybody look out for Beer Fart Wednesdays.
That would be a nice little intro to IPAs. I didn't think it was too it had that weird rubber band taste, but it was covered quickly by the
creaminess made up for the IPA rubber bandiness.
It was a little hoppy, not too badly
Yeah,
hoppy.
sweet blueberry, lactose, hoppy. Anything else?
Creamy is what I got.
Creamy. Got this pin
It
stuck
did
in
have
my hair.
I hate getting pins stuck in my hair.
What do you say?
Chance when she gets penises stuck in her hair?
I don't know. I agree with all of those. I don't think of anything else. Oh, hell.
I think now that like I haven't drank it for a minute, I can taste like the IPA back in my mouth.
I think it's good.
I'll accept it. I'd drink another.
I'd drink another. It went down too easy and too quick. Like, I mean, like it was very flavorful, but at the same time, it wasn't a strong flavor. Like, it was kind of like an empty flavor.
Empty,
I don't know.
like my soul.
Maybe.
Kind of light.
Yeah.
Than you were expecting.
Lighter than I was
think
expecting.
that was the ABV was like 6.5, so
It was
maybe
6.
that's 6. Okay, so that's probably where the lightness came from. Anytime you get in a milkshake, you get higher than that. That's when they start to feel like really super thick.
Right.
At least to me.